doctorate in social linguistics from Howard University. I went to Howard. She is a professor in the Ethnic and Women's Studies Department at California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. Her research interests focus on African and African American culture and history, Ebonics, and its educational implications, as well as ethnic studies, social linguistics, and intercultural communications. Dr. Humber taught in the Los Angeles Unified School District for 18 years. She has been in the College of Education and Integrated Studies at Cal Poly Pomona for 16 and has been a faculty member in the Ethnic and Women's Studies Department for 12 of those years. Where Black is Brown, the African Diaspora in Mexico is Dr. Humber's present research. It is designed to further the understanding of Africa's influence and contributions to the diverse cultures and histories of the Americas. Please join me in welcoming this stellar group, and we will zoom right through all of them. You won't hear my voice again until the Q&A. I call the Spirit of Mother Africa to look over us as we make this journey, and I dedicate this to the spirit of Dr. Certainly, this is a picture of the text. And the first head that you see in this exhibit here is this head on the right. And I think it's interesting that he has a sagittal cut of an African and the Olmec. And I used Early America Revisited, and I happened to be with him in Los Angeles when he opened up the box of books that had just come hot off the press, and I thought this was marble. And I said, oh, that's your hair. And his wife, Jackie, had designed this, and I thought this was brilliant because the head with the braids is a linchpin in this understanding of this connection. And I use this slide because this is Mayan. And so when people think of the image of indigenous people, we think of Mayan. Or we think of this profile. But we're talking about another profile. And these are some of the images from Olmec tradition. Personally, I see African people when I see that. Some people don't. So I wondered if these two young boys who happen to be my nephews, they were at the exhibit last week. And what do young people think when they see images that look like they have some of their features, and yet people deny that of their existence? That's my question. My favorite head. I was in Jalapa this summer, and when they were removing the head, so this head was not there. They said they were going to Japan, so maybe some have gone to Japan, but this is my favorite head. When you look at that, do you think of the eyes?
No.
Okay. And there it is in this glorious, magnificent piece. I wish that truth could come. Let's talk about hair. Monument Q was in the book for this exhibition. In most books and exhibitions, you will have this picture, but you never see the back of the head. Van Sertima shows this, an Egyptian princess queen. Her hair looks like twists, and then that they had wings and what have you, showing the braiding. Monument Q, this is by Christopher Poole, and I mentioned this when I was here in October. Monument Q is more naturalistic, so let's go on, but let's get to the bottom part. It says, with feathers that hang down the back of the head. If you had read that, you say that's fine and you move on, because it was an innocuous statement. This is the head that has braids, I say, and that's my head. Okay? Now let's look a little closer. I'm sorry, this picture is fuzzy. This head that is very pockmarked, is in the museum in Jalapa, and they link it with the altar. But the back of this head is very smooth. I'm saying these are cascading feathers. Cascadas de plumas. Pardon? I said, I'm saying those are feathers. They look more like feathers. Now, look at the head in the center. Look at the feathers. This is my hair. A friend of mine braided it up for me. So, we can see within this the weaves of a braid, is what I'm saying. So for this to be called feathers, to me that was academic dishonesty. Anyway, I'm just going to move on from that. Let's move on. It is said that Dial said stone, Yaguito from Lacotepec, Guerrero, the face of this dome, horseshoe-shaped object is clearly Olmec, but features, features a rather flat nose and unusually sensuous lips. Okay? So I said, what does it look like to me? I'm paralleling with the great heads of Benin, sensuous lips, possibly. Then I said, let's go to some real folks, and I'm saying Sister Harriet Tubman. This, if you've been to South Africa, you might have picked up these two postcards. This one is a Sankoy woman, and certainly this one has the nose and the sensuous lips. What is the image? How can you create this if you have not seen it? That's the question. So as a disciple of Dr. Van Sertima, I am truly grateful for his research. This is our first tour to Mexico, where we're on top of the pyramid at La Venta with Mother Janetta and our tour group. An extraordinary experience that I've had with members of the Nation of Islam to make this journey. I say goodbye. Gracias, Mexico. And an astronomer, let me be a stargazer too. I
I'm sorry?
That's true.
Many people around the world braid their hair. So, it's just that I don't want to speak to that specific monument.
But how many wear their hair in cornrows that way?
Finally,
Okay.
this is not an effort to take away the glorious history and culture of Mexico, but to show how ancient Africans contributed to Mexico's magnificent culture. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Humber, we're here and we're so happy that you were chosen to give the presentation, and to God be the glory.